I feel connected to Hyperlands on a personal level. It was the first server I got YouTube rank on, my best friend was a build team member, and it's the server I play the most by far. I've made countless videos and live streams on Hyperlands, and some of my best performing videos are played on it. So when I say I want Hyperlands to thrive, I mean it. There's so much potential in this server, and in this video I would like to express some of my thoughts and ideas on how to capitalize on that potential. Before I start proposing new ideas, solutions need to be found for some of the current problems. The biggest one being that Hyperlands is almost completely based around Hypixel. This is a problem since this limits Hyperlands' audience and keeps it in the shadow of Hypixel. At the time of this video, every Hyperlands game mode is a game mode already in Hypixel. Some game modes are more similar to their Hypixel counterparts than others. For example, Hyperlands Bed Wars is just Hypixel Bed Wars but with missing features and some more bugs. On the other hand, although still similar, Hyperlands Bridge does have different kits and items that differ from the Hypixel version. Hyperlands does seem to be trying to move away from their marketing as the Bedrock Hypixel by changing ranks, maps, and the lobby to their own unique style. But at the end of the day, most of those changes only affect appearance, and the actual games in Hyperlands still have the exact same concept as Hypixel games. The answer to the problem of Hyperlands being a Hypixel clone is that Hyperlands needs to develop their own original game modes. The thing is, there's something stopping them. I have confirmation from multiple staff that Hyperlands has just one developer, Flanja. The explanation for this is simple. Hyperlands does not have the money to hire more developers. This presents the next problem. How can Hyperlands monetize more effectively? Currently, the only purchasable items are the ranks found on the Hyperlands website. Obviously, there are so many more monetizing options than just ranks. Kill effects, particles, skins, an upgradable season pass, a place for donations, among other things, are all viable options to make the server more money. In addition, as a content creator, I would love to see discount codes given to bigger YouTubers that players could enter in when buying items and directly support both the content creators and the server. This would give a reason for YouTubers to promote the Hyperlands shop, thus increasing sales and boosting publicity. With this boost in cash flow, the previously mentioned ideas could provide, developers would be able to be hired to fix bugs, make new game modes, and take off some of the workload on Flanja. Growth of the server itself would also increase, as more frequent updates, bug fixes, and just generally more polished game modes would draw in new players. I asked my friend Solver, who was a builder on Hyperlands, what he thinks would improve the server, and he agreed with me about how Hyperlands needs more monetization options to acquire more developers. Now that I've addressed how some of the major issues of Hyperlands can be fixed, I'd like to propose new ideas that may help improve the server. As I'm sure you've noticed, Hyperlands is currently completely based around PvP. Every game mode has its roots in player versus player combat. Because of this, the server currently only appeals to those who like PvP game modes. In order to reach a new audience, Hyperlands needs to add games that aren't combat-based. One example of this is something I personally suggested. A parkour race game mode, which could inspire unique maps and with a leaderboard grinding for faster times. Currently, the Bedrock parkour community doesn't really have a place on any servers, so making a parkour game mode could attract a large portion of the parkour community, thus creating a game that would hopefully acquire a consistent player base. Others have suggested building competition and survival game modes that are also viable non-PvP games Hyperlands could explore. In order to become a server that thousands of players play on at a time, Hyperlands must go beyond their PvP roots. The last few things I want to talk about are merely features that I think would improve the server, and not drastic overhauls of the mentality of Hyperlands. One of these features that Hyperlands should put effort into is a friend system that allows for quicker party invitations and possibly the ability to spectate friends' games. Another feature I would love to see is a daily or weekly leaderboards, and also a larger section dedicated to the leaderboards. Having leaderboards based on shorter time periods would allow for newer players that could never get onto the all-time leaderboards a chance to grind for something else, and a more accessible and larger area for leaderboards would promote leaderboard grinding, which would increase the time players spend on the server. Before everything that I've suggested can happen, a few things need to occur. First of all, the owner of Free Gaming here needs to have the motivation to lead the way in improving and innovating Hyperlands. There's no way the server can reach its full potential without him recognizing that he has something special here. Secondly, Hyperlands needs to have a growing player base. This will not only provide the monetary backing necessary to hire more developers, but will also allow games to fill quicker, providing a more enjoyable experience. Lastly, once the previous two things happen, Hyperlands will need to listen to community feedback on what's adored and what's hated. The server cannot afford to ignore community feedback during what is, even before major changes, a time of growth. If you're interested in Hyperlands, their links will be in the description. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about anything or want to have a discussion about the points in this video, feel free to join my Discord, link in the description. Also, both liking and subscribing would be extremely appreciated. Hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye.